Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Evergreen RX. I'm your host, Hayden, licensed mental health therapist, Cancer Moon, and the first to get deep at any party. And, we're back. I don't know. It's what I always say. We're back week after week, guys. Every Wednesday, I'm here. And I just keep it rolling and keep it chugging. And we're already so far into the year. It's almost June. So what's up with that? That's crazy. I feel like everybody says that every year, but I'm going to say it again. I can't believe it's almost summer, or it is summer. I don't know. It depends on where you live. Here, it's certifiably summer. It was like 106 last week. So it's summer. But yeah, there's just a new vibe to be had, a new feeling in the air. Currently, I'm dealing with a slightly uncomfortable sensation of feeling like my throat is burning because I got this new toothpaste. But instead of going my typical route of just like a more natural toothpaste, trying to cut down on like the microplastics I'm consuming, I just got like a classic 3D white. I was like, it's time to whiten the smile a bit, so I'm just gonna go for it. And it, like, the toothpaste, I'm not swallowing toothpaste like with any intention, or I don't think I swallow a lot when I am brushing my teeth, but like I think even just having it near my throat, it agitates my throat. And you guys might be thinking, like, why are you still using it? But the thing is, I'm not. I thought I wasn't, but I kept it in my drawer, and I think this morning I just like grabbed it out and didn't think so. And then I was like halfway through drinking my tea, and I was like, why? Like, this is so uncomfortable. It's like minty but burning, and like it just definitely doesn't feel right. And I realized I must have used the wrong toothpaste this morning. So I don't know what's up with that. And honestly, it's concerning because it will last like the entire day. I'm not kidding you. Last time this happened, I kept trying to drink things and eat things to like get it to go away. It lasted the whole day. So I'm concerned about that, but I won't keep using it. It's just something that I stumbled into on accident. And I'm like, God damn, it's happening again. But anyway, yeah, I guess that's the update. Like, you guys know, I'm just not a big drama, big crazy, spontaneous, like new story every week kind of gal. So I don't really have much to update you guys on besides that, and the fact that I had a wonderful therapy session this morning. So if anyone was curious, I was on, the other side as the client, and it was lovely. And so shout out to my therapist. Sometimes she watches my clips, I think. So if you're listening, hi. Love you, girl. Definitely going to edit that out, I think. But yeah, let's just cut the gab and jump into the episode. And actually, before I do that, I want to say, if there's anybody you want to see me bring on as a guest to the pod, let me know, because I am really wanting to incorporate getting some guests on to kind of answer these questions with me and to share their thoughts or what they would do or advise in these different scenarios. So I think that would be really fun, and I would love to have new people on and get different perspectives. So let me know who you want to see, and I will try to entice them onto the Evergreen RX. Okay, so we'll just jump into the question for today, as the title might suggest. And I say might because I never pick the titles until after, so maybe it won't. But this one is an interesting, kind of more specific question on traveling. And I thought it was good heading into the summer because a lot of us might be traveling or kind of in a phase of life, if we're in our like 20s, where we're taking more trips, we're starting to kind of get out there and have more disposable income to travel. And it kind of comes along with some interesting experiences and feelings. So I wanted to speak to that. And I thought this listener question did a really, good job kind of articulating what I've run into in my own life. But yeah, as you guys know, this is the Evergreen Apothecary. So it's just take what you want, leave what you don't. We're just answering questions. I'm giving my best thoughts as informed by being a therapist and studying a lot of psychology and mental health related things. And also incorporating my experience as somebody that's been in like the wellness space as a practicer, as a curious seeking person, all my experience and things I've learned in books I've read, like maybe I can just spark note some of it for you and you don't have to read all of it. But I don't have all the answers and I don't know you and I don't know your life. And so not everything is going to apply and that's fine. But I always love to hear from you guys on what you would add or maybe what you disagree with or how you view these things, because I'm always learning too. And I think it's really exciting to keep up the conversation. So anyway, sounds like we have a listener coming into the Evergreen Apothecary. So here's their question. It says, Dear Evergreen, I just got back from a week away, a real, totally relaxing vacation, and I'm having a surprisingly hard time adjusting. It's like I stepped back into real life, and it's so jarring. The quiet I felt, the spaciousness, it's gone. I keep trying to jump back into my old routines, but I'm missing the calm, unhurried, and curious energy of traveling. I want to jump back into my life, but I am still daydreaming about my past trip. I just really want to feel the way I felt on vacation all the time. How do I reintegrate after time away without snapping back into old habits? How can I hold on to the good reminders I got from traveling without being totally depressed about it being over? Okay, yeah, so I feel this one heavy because I got back on a trip. I mean, it's been a while ago now, but I got back from a trip to Hawaii and I had such a hard time readjusting. I was like, I just think the more I travel, the older I get, the more I'm like, oh my God, I miss it. Like, it's just such a special, fun feeling. And I was like flashing back to like the good and fun memories and moments and things that I got to discover while traveling. And it was just playing out in my head. And I, as you guys know, absolutely love my job. And I was like back in office, back in the routine. It was fine. It wasn't like I was unhappy to be home, but the flashbacks, they were intense. And I was like, oh my God, I miss it. And I'm having a hard time maybe letting go or fully integrating back. So totally get this question. There can be a little bit of post-trip depression where, I was walking around and I've never seen so many people wearing Hawaii shirts. And I got this one like special edition, like Hello Kitty tote bag on my trip. It's really cute. And I saw a girl walking around in Austin with it. And I was like, how do you have that? I thought they were just selling this in this little shop I went to. And not really. I knew it was like not just unique to that place, but I was like, how dare you have the bag I got on my trip and remind me of how fun it was to be there. It's like crazy. But it's kind of that thing where people say like as soon as you start to like notice red cars, you'll see them everywhere, even though you've never seen them before. I think it was a little bit of like selective attention because it's definitely died down. And I'm sure there has not been any tangible change in the amount of people wearing Hawaii shirts around me or having products or things from my trip. But yeah, I think it was my attention was just so primed for that. And I think it's really natural to have a readjustment period and to be flashing back to your trip while you're still digesting it. I think, at least I tend to have a little bit of a restricted view on experiences where I'm not giving as much credence to the energy shifts that are happening prior to and after the experience. So, we have like that pre-trip excitement. Maybe it's a little bit easier to notice, like you're getting ready, you're packing, you're thinking about what you're going to do, you're talking to whoever you're going with about it. And I think that brings like a special type of energy. It's kind of fun to look forward to these things. This is why we plan stuff in advance, right? Besides like just the logistical sense it makes, it's fun to have something to look forward to, and that imbues us with a different sense of energy. And I think the same is after a trip. We just went somewhere new. We just had eye-opening experiences maybe. And so we're changed because of it. We have like new life experience and new lessons we learned, or we just relaxed and we kind of got to recuperate from maybe some burnout. And so we're changed from the trip. And that's going to take a little bit to integrate and to digest. And so, one, just kind of being aware of that can be helpful, and to embrace it almost the same way we embrace looking forward to a trip. And, maybe that means that we get to reminisce a little bit, or we reach out to the people we went with and we say, oh my God, remember when we did this? Or, oh, I'm so sad. Like, are you guys feeling that way? And so we get to have a little bit of camaraderie and connection and like kind of squeeze out more of the fun after the fact. Maybe even planning like a get together with the people you went on the trip with, if you guys live in the same place, or even if you just hop on a FaceTime call to like share photos and to reminisce a bit. It could be kind of fun to embrace it in that way and like really get to like soak all of the good stuff out of it. But I also think in terms of like holding on to like the good reminders or the lessons that we learned on this trip, something we can think about is what resonated with you most about traveling. Was it the novelty? Was it the relaxation? Was it about the socializing and getting to meet new people? It's going to be different for all of us. Like for me, I'm really big on novelty and spontaneity. Like waking up with a whole day in front of you, nothing scheduled, and being like, I can do whatever I want is the best feeling. I'm going to go wherever I want. I'm going to eat whatever I want. I'm going to discover things I didn't even know existed before. Like that is such a good feeling. And so when I think about that, that's what I'm really missing about being home. It's not so much the relaxation part. Honestly, sometimes I'm relaxing more when I'm at home than when I'm away because I love to like discover new things when I'm away. So it's not so much about that. It's really like the novelty that I'm missing. So I can start to think, okay, well, how can I incorporate a little bit of novelty, even just in small ways? So, that could mean like driving a different way to work or embracing something about my daily routine that I didn't so much before. I can say after getting back from this most recent trip, I was thinking about like, what are some novel things that I could do in my city? Like, where have I not been before? Is there a museum I haven't gone to in a long time? Like, can I incorporate something fun and different and kind of push myself a little bit? Because, we all have our favorite stuff that we do in the city that we live in and the places we like to go. And it's easy to just like hit repeat and be like, this is tried and true. This shit rocks. But one of the things with travel is like we're a little bit less predisposed to just do the same thing every day because we only have a limited time there. So we're like, let's mix it up. Even though I loved that, I'm going to try something new because maybe there's something else I can love. And so, pushing ourselves a little bit to not just go to the same restaurant that we like or the same like pool that we like to swim at or whatever, and seeing if maybe there's something else out there that could be really exciting too. And another thing, and this maybe could go with kind of like the luxury of time that we have on travel if you're really into that and kind of taking things slow, the slower pace that we usually pick up when we're somewhere new. I decided to like expand my breakfast routine a little bit. I almost had this like free will epiphany moment of being like, wait, I have a good amount of time, especially when I wake up early. I have a good amount of time before I have to go into work in the mornings. I could make like a whole breakfast spread if I wanted. I normally eat my yogurt every day with my granola and I love it. And like it hits the slay button 9 times out of 10. Honestly, probably 10 times out of 10. I really like my yogurt in the morning. But I was like, I could make a whole spread. Yogurt could be a part of it. That's fine. But I can like make eggs and toast and sit there at the table instead of at the couch and, talk to my partner while we're eating and kind of infuse a little bit of that slow, luxurious energy into my day. So I use that example to maybe just represent to this person asking and to whoever are resonating with it. Like, it doesn't really have to be super complicated to get a little bit of that buzz, a little bit of that same feeling. And I can't say this without acknowledging the fact that it's not going to be perfect. And maybe you could use a listen to my episode 41 on romanticizing your life, because I think that travel is such a distinct period in time. We're out of the norm. We are usually not working. We just have time to explore and to like basically have rose-colored glasses, be in the honeymoon phase with whatever place we're visiting. We don't know all the quirks. We don't know all the bad things about it yet. We're just loving the palm trees and the good vibes and everything being new and fresh. And like, it's our life, our day-to-day life isn't going to be like that. Like, even if we have the best mindset and reframes and we do what I'm, saying before of incorporating more of what we really valued, it's still not going to be the exact same because it's this distinct period of time and we get to go try on a new way of being, kind of be someone else. It's like when you go to the airport and everybody has like their airport outfit on, like, who do we think we are? We're like trying to be someone new. We're going on a trip. I'm going to Greece. Like, now I'm this girl that wears linen pants and like sandals every day. Am I going to do that when I'm back home? Maybe not. That's fine. I got to try on a new way of being. And like I said, we're changed by every time we get to do that. I might not be the whole Grecian fantasy when I'm back home, but maybe I took a little bit of it. Like, I know on my trip, I didn't wear foundation because like my skin was like so fucking dry from the sun, honestly, and I just couldn't deal with it. And I haven't really worn it since I've been back. I just don't want to. And it's kind of nice to have mixed something up that I did every day before going on that trip. So I got to take a little kernel with me and be influenced by it. And like I said, like, just allowing yourself to kind of be in the revelry of what it was and how awesome it was. I mean, how lucky are we to get to travel if we do, or even just go away for a weekend or a day, or just have some new experience. Like, we're so lucky, and especially when that experience is so wonderful that we miss it. I mean, that's amazing and such a gift. And so just like relishing in it and journaling about the experience if you want, making like a junk journal, taping in the ticket stubs and the receipts from your trip, maybe making a photo album or a scrapbook, like, suck the life out of it. You spent time, you spent money, let's get the most that we can out of it. And who says you have to just kind of jump right back in, and that, it's bad if you're having a hard time adjusting or if it's taking you a little bit. I think it's wonderful, and it's a sign of a good experience. As time passes by and the trip fades back into memories, and maybe you fall back into some of your same old, and things get a little rote, it can be helpful to remember that this experience is embedded in our DNA now. Nobody can take that away. Even as it fades into memory, or you think, oh God, I'm not feeling as revitalized as I was after that trip. I'm not feeling as inspired. It's still inside of you. So you can always go back and reflect and know that it is a part of your experience and your life story. And so whenever you settle back, you can always revisit those memories. And lastly, I would say that, when we try to rush back into normal everyday life, I think that's when we struggle more than if you just relish in it and relish in the bittersweet feelings and maybe some of the growing pains or adjustment pains that come from transitioning back into your day-to-day life. Because when we rush ourselves to feel some way that we don't, that's just always a recipe for disaster and more struggle and feeling more negatively about it. And so embracing yourself where you're at, like, for that first week back, I was really kind of like, oh God, this is just tough. But then it's fine. And I shifted back, and I'm so happy that I got to have the experience. And I'm also like happy to be back home, and it's okay. It's all leveled out. But remembering too that it's not like traveling or doing something that you love and then real life, quote unquote. They're not different things. All of it is life. Every one of us is going through different periods and phases in life that have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and moments of transition in between. Like, that's just how life goes. And so this is just one way that it's maybe manifesting or showing up really distinctly in your life, where you have this opportunity to be really aware of the readjustment that you're going through. But this happens all the time as we change jobs, we move, we take on different identities or roles, we pick up new hobbies. our life is a series of fluctuations and changes. And so this is just another one of them. And the more that we can figure out the ways that help ground us and help us process, then the more successful we'll be with all the other changes in our life. So kind of interesting, kind of a niche topic. I'll be curious to see how many of you resonate or like really are happy that I spoke to this concept, because it's just a little bit more specific, and not everybody loves to travel. Not everybody might feel the same way, but I hazard to guess that some of you do. And so I'd love to hear from you and what you think about the episode. And as always, like if you want to share it with a friend or maybe somebody you just traveled with, that helps me out so much. And if you take the time to follow and rate the podcast, it's so helpful for me and takes literally 2 seconds, I think. So I really would appreciate that to keep me going. And as always, send me your questions. Email me at theevergreenrx@gmail.com or text me or give me a ring. Call me at 512-655-9888 and you will hear your question in an episode very soon. Okay, take care, guys. Bye.